Hello students, in today's video we are going to study about impact of environmental analysis on business decisions. Now when a person is running a business, he has to take a number of decisions like what will be the type of goods and services the person will be selling. Now if he chooses to sell goods, then what type of goods would the person like to sell, like electronics, clothing, and so on. So like this he has to make a number of decisions. Apart from that, what will be his profit margin, from where he will procure his materials that he wants to sell, how many employees are to be employed, what will be the salary of employees, what will be the timings of the business. So like this, lot of decisions are to be made when you are doing a business activity. So when you are doing a business activity and taking decisions, it is very important that you monitor the environment in which your business is operating, because these factors have a direct impact on business. The impact can be directly or it can be indirectly. So in the previous video we have already studied the process of environmental analysis. Now in this video we will study what is the impact of studying the environment and then taking business decisions. First is systematic and scientific decision making process. Now environmental analysis, as we have seen, it is taken in 4 stages, that is scanning, monitoring, forecasting and assessment of environment. Now during these stages, a businessman gets to know about the micro and macro factors which are affecting the business. And when you know the factors that are affecting your business, when you study these factors in detail, you will arrive at a particular conclusions. And when you take decision based on such conclusions, then the decisions that you are taking will be more systematic and they will be more scientific. Because if you consider your business as an isolated activity, then you will arrive at wrong decisions. But if you consider your business a part of environment, study the environment and then take the decisions, then automatically your decisions are more systematic and scientific in nature, and it is certain that you will make proper decisions for your business after studying the environment. Next is to develop broad strategies and long-term plans. Now when you are doing business, you will not think of doing business from a short-term perspective, but for that matter you will consider the business activity as a long-term activity. You have good plans when you're doing business, like to earn good amount of profit, or to become a market leader, to diversify the business, to adopt a new technology, to sell variety of goods. Like this you need to have broad strategies. You cannot have just one strategy, that is doing business means only earning profit. No, that cannot be the motive of your business. So when you're having such strategies is not enough. You have to see how is the market. Now let's say that I my long term objective is I should become a market leader, all the other firms should follow my business. So when I want to do so, I have to see who are the other people who are selling similar goods in the market and how I can be better than them. So until and unless you analyze your environment, you cannot achieve your long term objectives. So it is very important that first you analyze the environment, understand your environment, and then have such strategies or goals. So it is necessary that you analyze the environment and then set your goals. Next is input for strategic decision making. Now what is the strategic decision making? Strategic decisions are the decisions that you don't take frequently. They are the decisions that require long-term planning and preparing a program to achieve those plans. Just like expanding your business, diversification, raising of long-term capital. Now these decisions you don't take on a daily basis. Daily you don't think that I want to expand my business, I want to diversify my business, I want to purchase new land, new machinery. Now these decisions are taken once in a while, so they are called as strategic decisions. So when you want to do so, for that you require inputs. Now suppose I want to expand my business, but look at today's situation. Because of corona we are uncertain what might happen tomorrow. Some say that once again lockdown may happen, some say that nothing is going to happen, everything will come back to normal very soon. So now the situation is uncertain. When the situation is uncertain, but if I have an objective to expand or diversify the business or purchase new land and start a new business, I cannot do so because the market conditions are not stable. But for that matter, if I don't give importance to market conditions and take such strategic decision, then it is sure that I will not achieve the desired results. So it is very important that you scan the environment, take the inputs from those factors, and then take your business decision, so that you may go in right direction and achieve what you want to achieve. Next is SWOT analysis. Now SWOT stands for strength, weakness, opportunities and threats. Now every business will have its own strength, weakness, opportunities and threats. So it is very important that you scan them. Now strength and weaknesses are internal to the firm. Your strength, maybe you have good employees, maybe you have good bonding with your suppliers, or maybe you have good customer base. Weakness is also there in every business. Maybe you have financial difficulty, that is you have less liquidity in your business. So these are the weaknesses of your business. Now when it comes to opportunities and threats, they are external, that is they are completely dependent upon external factors. Now for example, during COVID other businesses had a downfall, but for that matter if you see pharmaceutical companies and the companies who made sanitizers and masks, they had a very good market. It was unexpected rise in demand for those goods and services. So like this, opportunities come from external environment, threat also comes from external environment. That is due to COVID-19, a lot of industries were affected because they had to close down their business for a very long period of time. So it was a threat to their existence. So like this, these factors are outside the organization and they are not within the control. So it is very important that the business always undertakes SWOT analysis on regular basis to understand what are the strength and weakness of the business, as well as what are the opportunities and threats outside, so that it can make proper decisions, timely decisions, and so that business runs smoothly and there are no problems when you are doing the business. Next is developing dynamic organization. Now as we all know that the environmental factors are very dynamic. Economic, political, social, cultural factors, they are never the same. They always keep on changing. So it is very important that your business organization also keeps on changing with the changing factors. If you say that no, these factors do not have impact on my decision, then you are wrong, because directly or indirectly the things that are happening in the external environment, they have an impact on your business. Best example is COVID-19. It has affected all the businesses in a very wrong way, or you can say it has badly affected every business organization, because the demand for goods and services has come down. When there is no demand and when there is excess supply, then you are forced to sell the goods at a lower price in order to clear the stock. So like this, if a business organization undertakes environmental analysis, that is if it is studying the environment, it will understand what is the situation in the market and accordingly plan the activities and become a dynamic organization. If you are a static organization, then it is difficult to survive in the market. Next is determine dynamic objectives. Now earlier it was the case that all the business organization had only one objective, that is to earn profit. But in today's world that is not the case. in today's world you have dynamic objectives. Dynamic objectives means the objectives keep on changing. You don't have only one objective, that is to earn profit. Now you can have variety of objectives, that is expansion, modernization, becoming market leader, and so on. So the firm who has dynamic objectives, only they can achieve these objectives only if they do environmental analysis. That is, they understand the environmental factors and accordingly mold their objectives from time to time to become market leader or to modernize the business or to expand the business. So such kind of objectives business can have. Next is cultivate competitiveness. Now when you do environmental analysis, you are able to analyze micro and macro factors that will affect your business. Not just that, you will also understand what are the strength, weakness, opportunities and threats, not only of your business but also of your competitor. When you're doing environmental analysis, you're not just studying about your business, you're studying about the entire market and all the firms who are running the business in the same market. So you study where there is competition and how you can beat the competition and take best use of your analysis. And so like this, environmental analysis is very important to cultivate competitiveness. Next is to foresee impact of socio-economic changes at national and international level. Now earlier, before there was LPG, that is liberalization, privatization and globalization. Okay, business was restricted only to a particular city, state or to the nation. People did not think about global market. But now, due to this changes, that is opening up of national economy with international economy, the world has become a global market. So if you want to survive in the market for a longer period of time, then you have to study the changes that are taking place at national and international level, because then only you can succeed and survive in the market for a longer period of time. If you consider your activity only from a shorter perspective, then it is likely that you will not do well in your business. But if you study the trends and changes that are happening in national and international level, now because the world has become global market, you can see there is change in lifestyle of the people. Everyone is adopting more of Western culture. So if you want to satisfy the customers, it is very important that you sell goods and services which will be liked by according to the standard of living of the people. But if you sell same goods and services which you sold 20 years back, then it is likely that you will not be able to survive in the market for a longer period of time. So it is important to study economic and social changes that are happening in the country or in the world and accordingly mold your business to survive. Next is stability and growth of business. Now business is not 1 year affair that you can do 1 year business and stop, but you have to survive for a longer period, and for that you have to make regular profits. And for regular profit, you need to expand the business and see that there is profitability. To achieve stable and continuous growth, it is very important that you relate your business with the environment. That is, you keep an eye on environmental factors and then keep on changing your business to suit the environment, so that you can stabilize your profits, and along with that you can expand your business and take proper decisions to run your business. Okay, so with this I conclude my explanation for module 1. Thank you.